What if I told you that there are passive investments out there that literally pay you money while you sleep? And I mean it. Not side hustle passive and not kind of passive if you work 10 hours a week. I'm talking about the real deal. You invest money once and that's it. No clients, no contacts, no emails, and no phone calls. Just money showing up in your bank account every single month. In this video, I'm going to show you the best truly passive sources of income that exist. The ones where after you invest your money, you do absolutely nothing and you still get paid. Welcome to the Road to El Dorado, the place where we help you build financial independence and lasting wealth. If you are tired of all the hype around passive income that turns out to be a full-time job in disguise, you are in the right place. Let's cut through the noise. Today, we are breaking down 4 of the best investments that are genuinely passive, and I will explain to you how they work, what to expect from them, and how you can get started. Before we look at specific investments, we need to define what truly passive income actually means. These days, passive income has become a buzzword. People are saying that YouTube channels are passive, online courses, dropshipping stores, and even Airbnb. But let's be honest, all those things require work, whether it's content creation, customer service, product updates, or maintenance, you are still actively involved. In reality, those are semi-passive at best because they still rely on your time, attention, and sometimes even your personality to keep the money coming in. Truly passive income, on the other hand, is defined by one simple logic. Once you've made your investment, you never have to do anything else. You don't manage it, you don't touch it, and you don't even need to log in regularly. There are only a handful of investments in the world that work like that, and they all share the same trait. Instead of trading your time for money, you use your capital. Your money becomes the asset that works from your behalf. Let's now go through the best and most reliable options. The first and most beginner-friendly source of passive income is a high-yield savings account. Think of it as your regular bank account, but it pays you actual interest that grows your money. When you deposit funds into a high-yield savings account, the bank is paying you interest in return for keeping your money with them. And here is the best part. The interest is calculated on a daily basis and deposited into your account on a monthly basis. As of 2025, you can earn interest between 3.5 and 5% per year, depending on the bank and market conditions. The interest can compound over time, meaning that your money can earn more money without you doing anything. Now let's talk about why this is truly passive. First, there's virtually no effort. You deposit your money once and leave it alone. The interest comes in automatically. You don't need to manage anything, monitor performance, or make decisions. Second, your money remains accessible. You can withdraw at any time without penalties, which makes it ideal for an emergency fund or short-term savings goals. Third, it's extremely low risk. In the US, deposits are guaranteed up to $250,000 from the FDIC. In Europe, similar protections are offered under National Deposit Guarantee schemes usually up to €100,000 per institution. However, there are a few downsides. One of the main disadvantages is that the return is relatively low. While 4% may sound decent, it won't make you rich. It's great for preserving value, but not for multiplying wealth. Another limitation is that returns can fluctuate with the economy. If central banks cut the interest rates, then your yields are going to drop as well. And finally, savings accounts don't protect you from inflation in the long run. If the inflation is higher than your interest rate, then your real purchasing power may slowly erode. If you are in the US, check out banks like Ally, Sophie, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, or Capital One. All offer user-friendly apps and competitive rates. In Europe, platforms like Bank, N26, Revolut, or Raisin offer similar options with interests paid monthly or even weekly depending on the provider. The second form of truly passive income is investing in dividend-paying stocks or ETFs. Let's break this down. When you buy a stock, you are buying a tiny piece of a company. Some companies, especially the large stable ones, share their profits with investors in the form of dividends. These are usually paid every quarter, but some companies and funds offer monthly payouts. ETFs or exchange traded funds are simply baskets of many stocks. Some of those ETFs are specifically designed to include only dividend paying stocks and they pass those earnings on to you. So, how much can you expect to earn? Dividend yields typically range between 2 to 6% per year, depending on the stock or ETF. If you include the stock price growth over time, then the total yearly return often lands in the 7 to 10% range. Let's now talk about the pros of this investment. The first one is that dividend investing offers a reliable source of income. You don't need to sell your stocks to get cash. The company pays you directly simply for holding your shares. Second, you can reinvest your dividends automatically by using something called DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This is something that allows you to grow your wealth exponentially over time. And third, you have full control. You can buy and sell your investments whenever you want, and you can diversify across multiple different sectors and regions. This investment, however, is not all sunshines. There are some cons. The first one is the stock market volatility. While dividends are stable themselves, the stock market prices can go up and down, sometimes significantly. Another issue is that not all companies are consistent. Some companies may cut or suspend their dividends during difficult times. And finally, you may have to pay taxes on dividends even if you reinvest them, depending on where you live and how your account is set up. If you are in the United States, platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, and M1 Finance are great places to start. For European investors, Digito, Trade Republic, Scalable Capital, and Interactive Brokers are some great options. If you are enjoying this video so far and you are serious about building wealth passively, then take a moment and hit the subscribe button. It's completely free and it helps us continue bringing some real, no-fluff financial content that actually works. Now, let's continue. Now let's talk about REITs, real estate investment trusts. A REIT is a company that owns and operates real estate such as apartment buildings, warehouses, shopping malls, or office spaces. When you invest in a REIT, you are essentially buying a share of this real estate portfolio. And as those properties generate rental income, the REIT passes a significant portion of them directly to you as dividends. This is real estate investing without having to manage tenants, deal with maintenance, or take out mortgage. Many REITs pay monthly dividends and historically offer yields between 4 to 8%, sometimes even more, during high performing years. In the long run, the total return can reach or exceed 10% if the property values rise. Investing in REITs offers several advantages. The first one is that you get real estate exposure without the hassle of managing properties. This means no broken toilets, no 3 a.m. phone calls, and no chasing down rats. Second, REITs are liquid, which means that you can buy and sell them instantly whenever you like, just like stocks. And unlike actual real estate, where it might take months to sell. And third, many REITs are legally required to pay out 90% of their income to investors. This means that they are built for cash flow. This investment also has several risks. The first one is interest rate sensitivity. Whenever interest rates go up, REIT prices can drop because investors demand higher yields elsewhere. Second, some REITs can be poorly managed or take on risks on projects that don't perform well. And lastly, dividends are not guaranteed. If a property portfolio underperforms, then your income can decrease. If you're in the United States, you can take a look at VNQ, a broad rate ETF from Vanguard, or individual rates such as Realty Income and Stack Industrial. In Europe, platforms like DeGiro, Trade Republic, and Scalable Capital offer access to European and global rate ETFs such as IWDP. Last on our list is crypto staking, a relatively new but truly passive stream of income if set up correctly. Staking is a process where you lock up cryptocurrency such as Ethereum or Solana in a blockchain network. In return, the network rewards you with additional tokens. This is because your staked crypto helps validate transactions and secure the blockchain. You don't have to do anything technical. Platforms automate the entire process. Once you stake your crypto, you begin earning rewards without any further involvement. Many platforms pay you monthly, weekly, or even daily, depending on the protocol. As for returns, staking typically yields between 4 to 15% annually, depending on the token, network, and platform that you use. Some stablecoins, like USDC, offer lower return, around 3 to 6%, but with much less price volatility. Let's now look at the benefits of this investment. One clear advantage is that crypto staking generates high yields, especially compared to traditional savings accounts and even dividend stocks. Another benefit is automation. Once you stake your crypto, the process is entirely passive. Rewards are deposited directly into your wallet or exchange account, and some platforms even compound them automatically. And third, staking supports blockchain infrastructure. You participate in the growth of a new financial ecosystem if this aligns with your beliefs or goes. However, there are some real risks. The biggest concern is market volatility. If the price of your crypto drops significantly, then your returns can be wiped out, or even worse, your capital can shrink. There is also platform risk. If you are staking through a centralized exchange and the platform goes bankrupt or gets hacked, your funds may be at risk, as we've seen with companies like FTX in the past. Finally, technical complexity can be a barrier. Some decentralized staking solutions require setting up a wallet and interacting with smart contracts. While centralized platforms make it easier, it's still a space that requires caution. If you're in the US or Europe and want user-friendly experience, platforms like Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance all offer easy staking options. For more advanced users, platforms like Lido or Rocket Pool allow decentralized staking of Ethereum. So, to bring it all together, there are only a handful of investments that are truly passive. The kind where once you invest your money, you don't need to touch it again and you still receive regular income. We covered 4 of the most reliable options. First, a high yield savings account, a safe place to store cash and earn monthly interest with zero effort. Second, dividend paying stocks and ETFs, long term growth with quarterly or even monthly cash payouts. Third, REITs, real estate income without having to manage properties or deal with tenants. And fourth, crypto staking, high risk, high reward income from locking up digital assets. Each of those allows you to earn money passively, not through hustle, not through luck, but through smart financial positioning. No matter how much capital you start with, the key is getting your money to work for you. Because in the long run, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and letting your capital do the heavy lifting. If this video helped clear the fog around what really counts as passive income, then give it a thumbs up. This helps more people find content that actually tells the truth. Don't forget to subscribe to The Road to El Dorado for more dive deeps into financial freedom, real investing, and strategies that work in the real world. And let us know down in the comments, which of those passive income streams are you most interested in, and are you already using one of them? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.